Hey YouTube, welcome back to Mikey Macho Garage. This is Mikey's dad, and today we're going to be talking about our Contractor's Choice 5 horsepower 22 gallon air compressor that's been on the fritz here. And please excuse the chainsaw noise in the background. We have a neighbor that's trying to take down a dead tree. But anyhow, the garage hasn't been using a lot of air tools lately because, well, the compressor's been out. So we decided to finally tackle it and get it back into service. Now, what happened with the air compressor was that it developed a leak in the manifold because of this crack right there. And so what we did was we went on Amazon and we got a new unit, which is actually this one here. But the problem was, after we put it on, it actually had a leak right there where that safety pressure relief valve is. So I contacted Amazon, and pretty much the next day they sent me another kit, and I decided to make a quick video to show you guys how to put it together. So we're basically going to put on the gauges on the manifold, and we're going to put on the pressure switch so that the air compressor will turn off at a certain PSI, and we'll show you how it goes, and we're going to get the compressor back into service so we can see some pneumatic tools on Mikey Macho Garage. So before we put the new manifold on, we just took the time to change the oil, and I want to show you it's a real simple process. So the first thing you want to do is remove this oil cap. It just has a couple of O-rings on it. It pulls right out. And then you're going to take a 17mm socket, and that's your oil drain plug. So pretty simple there. We did tilt the unit to get all the last drop of oil out. And when you refill it, you're just going to pour the oil right back in the top there. And this particular unit, it says to fill it up until that dot in the center. You're also going to have to release the water from inside the tank. It's the condensation that builds up, and you're going to want to turn that valve right there to drain that out as part of your tank maintenance. And these are the tools we'll be using in the video. So step one, you want to wrap this bottom connector with some Teflon tape. I went around 3 times with the Teflon tape. And at this point, I also put on the pressure switch, just because it was a little easier for me to put it on right now. And you definitely want to put it on before you put on the gauges, because of the shape of this. It's going to contact the gauges once you put it on. So I just installed this pressure safety valve here, and I wanted to note that I took this plastic cover off to make it easier to put my wrench on there. And I also made sure that this little nut was snugged tight. It was a little loose. So I'll be putting this plastic cover and the clip back on. And then next we're going to be putting on the gauges and the quick connectors. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the quick connectors and the gauges on. So I just put some Teflon tape, and remember to put the tape in the opposite direction that you're going to be threading it in. Next, I'm going to be removing this cover, which takes a single screw, and I'm going to be connecting the power cables. Okay, so I'm also going to show you here the connectors for the the pressure input to the pressure switch. So it's going to come out of the compressor here, and it's going to go into the pressure switch there. And we had to actually customize the copper pipe that is going into this new unit, because the old unit had it on the right size. And I'm going to show you what we had to do and the tools that we used to do it. So these are the tools that we used so that we could do the flare fitting and the bends. So this right here is how you get the flare, which as you can see there, that's the flare. And so what you do is you have to put the pipe in here first. And we did use the 1/4 inch size for this one. And then what you do is you take this tool and you slide it over the pipe. Kind of locks in. And then you turn, and that's how you get the flare on it. Obviously we used a pipe cutter to trim the pipe down to the correct size, and then we used this tool to perform the bend that you see there. And that's what got us to the correct size and bend for this new pressure switch. Okay, so this is what the connection looks like once it's installed. This top connection has a compression fitting, and that bottom one that goes to the tank is the one that uses the flare fitting. I was able to use a 12 millimeter flare nut wrench on the top here, and actually it was a 13 millimeter flare for the bottom connection. And basically how this works is that when you turn the compressor on, the motor pushes air into the tank through this connection here, and this copper pipe goes up to the pressure switch so that when it gets to a certain pressure, it automatically shuts the compressor off. Now we're going to be installing the electrical wiring. So we have a green wire for ground. The white is going to be your neutral, and the black will be the line, as you can see indicated here. And that connector on the right is where you're going to put your ground. So you want to feed your wires through the bottom there, and be sure to put this connector on so that you can then screw it into the bottom. And this is the same on both sides. And here you can see I have everything connected back up. So ground, neutral, and line on the one side. And it's basically the same setup on the other side. And we put the cover back on. It's just a single screw on the top. And now we have the unit back together and ready for testing. All right, first test. We also just installed this air hose reel, and hopefully that takes some of the pressure off of the connectors on the manifold itself. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope I helped somebody out, and if you liked it, give a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Mikey Mantra Garage. Thanks everyone.